What if the Baba Yaga was in the Division 2? Not that Baba Yaga, this one. In case you've been hidden under a rock for the last decade, John Wick is also known as
Baba Yaga.
If you're familiar with this saga, then you know when it comes to John Wick, there are only 3 truths. John is always extremely outnumbered. John endures constant punishment, and how he excels in extreme close quarter combat is nothing less than awe-inspiring. He is fluid, extremely focused, and when he came asking,
I need something robust, precise.
I knew this KSG shotgun chain killer build would fit the mold. This loadout uses a 4-piece Hunter's Fury gear set in a very unique and highly effective way. And if unique and effective builds are for you, now is a great time to hit that like and comment Baba's build down below.
Well, John wasn't exactly the boogeyman. He was the one you sent to kill the fucking boogeyman.
John Wick is a man of focus. Commitment. The sheer fucking will.
John's fluidity is critical to his survival. Every move is tactical and requires high levels of situational awareness. Because he is always one versus many, out of cover, and in extreme close quarter combat, it's important that the chain of events that ultimately leads to the demise of his current opponent gets him into strategic positioning to engage with the next. Almost as if the events were chained together by cause and effect. John doesn't run a shield. This poses another challenge. So we will need to be fast and agile, strong and precise, be able to continuously take damage and handle swarms of enemies. That is a demanding list, indeed. And if John Wick was in the Division 2, I would equip him with this Hunter's Fury build that has been further configured to enhance crowd control for extreme close quarter combat. Here are the details. 2 pieces Hunter's Fury gives us shotgun damage. 3 pieces gives us 20% armor on kill. 4 pieces gives us the set bonus for 20% amplified damage to targets within 15 meters. Let's call that the kill box. Then another 5% amplified damage for 5 seconds for each enemy killed. That stacks 5 times. Enemies within 5 meters of the kill are briefly disorientated. That is a unique and very powerful crowd control feature built into this gear set. And more importantly, there is no cooldown on that. So even if you are completely surrounded, you can chain the effect by chain killing and eliminate every target while they are under this status effect. Using the backpack is a rare thing for me, but for John it's an excellent option because it increases the status effect range from 5 to 10 meters from the kill. That may not seem like a lot, but it is. I almost always run the Memento backpack with Hunter's Fury builds, and for this case I'm very pleased with the alternative. John did ask for precise, so I configured the loadout for headshots because we are out of cover, shieldless, swarmed, outnumbered, and within arm's reach without bonus armor. So we need to eliminate targets with as few shots possible by going for the head. But that won't be enough. We will need to chain the kills together to keep the enemies under status effects. The chest piece talent is Headhunter, giving us chain killing abilities from headshot kills. To get the most out of this, we have over the 150% headshot damage threshold that chest piece talent requires. We don't have a lot of armor. That's because we need the cores to ensure we have enough weapon damage to minimize the number of shots for the first kill to activate chain killing. The remaining cores are allocated for skill tiers for the riot foam. The approach is challenging for shotgun builds. There might be 70 meters between you and your targets, and they will shred your armor to pieces before you get to them. The foam has a very long range, so you can stick them long enough to close in. You also need it to prevent them from flanking you or to keep them from doing acrobats that make it more difficult for you to land your critical headshots. I'm running 2 pieces of Brazos for skill haste and a skill tier. That's very unusual on a Hunter's Fury build, but it works very nicely, as you will see. The chest has a skill tier, armor regen, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. I'm running the Picara's holster as the second piece of Brazos with armor and headshot damage. This comes with 15% weapon damage as a bonus. My other skill is the decoy, vital for helping cross terrain, getting out of trouble, and further controlling the crowd in close quarter combat scenarios by using it to pull aggro off of you. Now for the weapons. The primary I chose is the KSG shotgun. This bullpup is strong and holds 12 rounds in the mag and packs a seriously strong punch. For mods I have reload speed and headshot damage with the boogeyman skin fitting for the Baba Yaga. The talent is Pummel. This reloads the mag on the 3rd consecutive kill and rewards 40% damage for 10 seconds, making the next 3 kills even easier. Speed. Swarmed and out of cover, you don't want to get caught in reload. The M870 shotgun is my usual go-to for these types of builds. It's a little bit stronger, but in exchange, it only has 5 rounds in the mag. That's suitable, but less forgiving. Misses can get you into reload scenarios that can get you killed. The bullpup has slightly less power, but the 12 rounds give you more grace for missed shots, and you will need it. The real advantage the M870 has over the KSG is the accuracy and range. With the KSG, it's not unusual to miss even if you're standing in front of the enemy at point blank range. This can, of course, still happen and does happen with the M870, but it handles just a tad bit better from 2 to 3 meters further out than the KSG. Choose whichever shotgun gives you more success. Wick does use both styles in his movies. For his secondary, I chose the M4 assault rifle, and in the gameplay, I never really use it. The pistol is the Regulus for further crowd control, but again, I'm not using it. So I don't switch to the secondaries or sidearm because doing so would reset the primary weapon talent pummel, which is vital to the build, so I don't want to have to restart pummel every time. The specialization I chose is sharpshooter. That might surprise you. Our greatest weakness is range, and the TAC-50 can help pick off an annoying target in our path on an open patch of land. It's not only a great counter to threats at range, but it also charges up the headhunter talent, so our first kill out of cover is even easier. You have other great options. Gunner will give you 10% more armor on kill, which is welcomed, and the Banshee pulls for even more direct crowd control to immediate threats. Technician will give you another skill tier, offering options to power up your weapon damage, armor, or skills even further. No bad choices here. Shotgun builds are not the easiest builds to run in the Division 2. You are extremely outnumbered, and the enemies love to peg you from long distances. So your flanking patterns are really important to the success of the build. Don't always go directly at the enemy. Take the roundabout way to get to them. Surprise attack them. Shoot first and land those critical shots. It takes practice, and you might not have success at first, but it is a vital exercise to excel in this game. Mastering builds like these make you a better player. They really do.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees, learned of love and ABC, skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family. You tried to teach me right from wrong. Too much wine and too much song. Wonder how I got along. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die. It's hard to die. It's hard to die. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons at a time. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons at a time. It's hard to die. Please pray for me. Let's get a turret up.
If you like this build, then check out these 2 die-hard builds I made for John McClane.
Raw flows and Follow me.